Today we are going to be making zentangles. So there are lots of ways to create zentangles. There's not one particular way to do it. What I'm going to show you is kind of the basics of zentangles, what it is that they're made up of, and some ways to get started. So a zentangle is a design created with several patterns. So the first thing I'm going to do to begin my zentangle project is just very lightly with pencil, I'm going to mark off some different areas on my paper that I can use, and each area will have a different pattern. It's just kind of a guide to get you started. This isn't something you would have to do every time, but it's a way, if you've never done a zentangle before, it kind of helps guide you through it. So I'm just very lightly with a pencil sectioning off my paper in different ways. It's really up to you how you do this. You can have bigger sections and smaller sections. It's completely up to you. I just recommend that you draw lightly with your pencil because you don't really want the pencil to show when you're done. So I'm just making some different sections here, and the more sections you have, the more variety of patterns you will have when you're done. So I've gone ahead and I've created that. So now with a zentangle, the goal is to create a picture with patterns, but it's also supposed to be a way to help you kind of relax, almost like meditation, to help you just calm your body and just kind of meditate through your artwork. So you don't have to worry if you make a mistake. You just make it part of your design and then keep working. So when you're making a zentangle, typically the patterns would be kind of tight or smaller patterns. They wouldn't be huge blocky patterns. So I'm going to show you a few different possible designs you could use that would make some interesting patterns in your work. So for example, we'll start in this square, because you can start wherever you want. And I'm going to start with just making a simple zigzag. And you'll notice I'm using a fine tip marker. That is because we will be coloring some sections in black. We also, like I said, are going to be making several different fine designs, like tiny little patterns. And so having a Sharpie that's a fine point, or even those tiny pens, would help make those fine lines. So right now all I'm doing is just adding zigzags. And so obviously you can see that these zigzags do make a pattern. So that's part of Zentangle, is that it's repetitive. So that's a good start. But like I said, with Zentangles, typically the designs are a little bit more intricate. They're not just simple patterns. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to block off another part of this and make it a little more detailed. So I'm going to start by making just kind of extending each of these lines. So I'm just going to go over from each of these lines like that. So you can see how I'm kind of repeating that throughout my pattern. And remember, it's supposed to be just soothing, relaxing. If you make a mistake, that's fine. Just either incorporate it into your design or find a way to make it so that all of your patterns kind of go along with that design. So you could repeat that throughout your entire project. So then I could maybe add another line inside of the other. Again, I'm choosing one thing and I'm repeating it throughout the entire design. And this is just continuously making my pattern a bit more detailed, because like I said, Zentangles are more detailed than your typical simple patterns. So you're just going to keep going, keep adding patterns to it. Maybe now I'm going to add some zigzags on here. Again, just continuously making it more and more detailed and repeating anything that I do to one, repeating it across the entire design. And remember, if you make a mistake, that's okay. I just made a mistake and I am going to just keep going because it's meant to be kind of a meditation. It's okay if you make mistakes. When you're done, you'll just build that into your design. Just make it part of your design. Call it a beautiful oops, they say. So you can see even just one section of a Zentangle can take a lot of time. I think I'm gonna keep adding some designs. So maybe now I'm going to add some curves in here. So at the bottom of each of these, I'm going to add a curve. So just kind of relax, take your time, add a design that you think would be interesting, something that you can repeat throughout the entire thing. And then with the markers, you can also use different colors to help, different thicknesses of the line to help give it a more variety in your pattern. So maybe I want to thicken up some lines by coloring some areas in. And remember, when you're using these little skinny Sharpie markers, you don't have to press very hard. They actually work better if you press lightly instead of hard. So just relax, breathe, enjoy the time you have to just make designs and keep going. And it should take you a pretty significant amount of time to do each section because it should be very detailed when you're done. So once I finish that, I'm going to look at it and see what I think. And I think it looks pretty good. But again, Zentangles are supposed to be, they're meant to be very detailed. So I'm going to keep going and just keep adding those patterns. So I'm going to go through here and I'm going to add some lines to fill in some of these spaces that are a little more bland. I want it to really fill up this entire space with design. Remember, it's your design. You can create it however you want. I'm just looking and seeing where I think there needs to be more details and filling it in. Just work slowly, peacefully, relaxing. See, I'm making little mistakes, but you make mistakes, you just incorporate it into your design. Make it part of your design. Mistakes will happen, but the point of this is to just kind of relax and let the mistakes go and just make it part of your design. And then I'm going to make it even more detailed because, again, they should be pretty detailed. So I'm going to add almost like sun rays coming off of these. And I think I might add some more of these half circles around. Because I have some areas that look a little empty and they could use some sunlight. Just relaxing and taking my time, creating my designs. And then I think I'm going to fill in a few spots with a little bit of dark, because right now it's all kind of an even weight. But there are some areas that I think could be a little bit darker. I could maybe make some thicker lines or thicker designs to kind of give it a little bit of emphasis in certain areas. So I think I'm going to color in these half circles to give it a little bit more variety in there. And again, I'm just pressing very lightly with my marker. It'll make the marker last longer and work better if you're just pressing very lightly. So go ahead and make your designs and just have fun with it and create something that repeats for you. So I will continue to show you different designs, but I'm going to stop this video for now, and you can watch another video on different specific designs if you would like to get some ideas, or you can create your own designs like I did in this one. Happy Zentangling!